What I might do someday is, in addition to the featured movie, uh, show a B movie beforehand, like at 5 o'clock. Uh, that might be something that would run. This movie might be something that would run uh, before a movie that's actually worth watching. Because the movie just, even watching it now while I'm talking about it and while other people are watching, I'm just, God, this isn't worth watching at all. It's just terrible. Yeah, thank you again, my Naker, for following us on Twitch. I appreciate that. This is 50th Street Studios 12-hour Bad Movie Marathon. We just saw Bad Movie number 3. Easily the worst movie I'm going to show today. Easily. We are at 1:30, which is a little over 10 minutes from now. We are going to show Little Shop of Horrors, an actually entertaining film. Actually, Little Shop of Horrors is not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's a horror movie. It's a comedy, intentionally comedic, intentionally satirical, and actually one of my favorites. It's a very entertaining film. It looks like the Twitch stream might have been interrupted because Twitch is telling me that we're now live. Yeah, it looks like the stream might have been interrupted. In fact, what I might need to do is pause the stream and start up again. I might need to do that for Facebook purposes. That would confuse people who are watching on Facebook. At least that's been my experience. So we are, let's see, we started at 9, 10, 11, 12. It's been 4 hours. I think there's a 4-hour limit on Facebook. Miranda, are we still live on Facebook? Is Facebook still running? Is Miranda still watching? We have 4 viewers, at least that's what Restream tells me, that we have 4 viewers. Again, this is 50th Street Studios 12-hour Bad Movie Marathon. We just finished movie number 3, which was Mad Men of Mandoris. Terrible movie that I was trying to tell people it's a bad movie. And bad, not in an entertaining way. And yeah, that was painful. That was really awful. It was just as bad as I remembered it being. Just a premise that sounds insane, that should be hilarious in its badness, but not good. Not even funny. Miranda says it looks like it's just me on Facebook. Yeah, I think it's always been only you on Facebook. But I just want to make sure that the Facebook stream is still actually running. So it is still running, yeah. I should be able to stop the streams individually and restart them. Actually, I don't know. We'll keep going. If the Facebook live stream cuts out, tell me, and then we'll take a pause. In the meantime, this is the 50th Street Studios 12-hour Bad Movie Marathon. We're raising money for 50th Street Studio, which is a nonprofit. Our goal for the month of March is $2,000. We are at $31. Not even 2% of that goal. Whatever you're watching on, there should be a link below the video that links to Streamlabs where you can make a donation. If there's not a link, then you see to my lower left here, there is the address that you can go to, streamlabs.com, 50th Street Studio, and you can make a donation there. If anyone who wants to make a donation but has trouble with Streamlabs, just let me know. And we you can make a direct donation with the PayPal or Square Cash. In the meantime, got more movies to watch. What's on the schedule next? Little Shop of Horrors, as I was just saying earlier, and after that, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I have I'm here all day, live streaming. I have my hot tea or orange juice, which needs a refill. I have my nasal spray. I have my mouthwash, my Kleenex, my paper towels, my disinfecting wipes. I have Pocky. And I have bread. I've been making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I have my Manos, The Hands of Fate coloring book. Written and illustrated by me. And when did I do this? I think it's 2013. It was 2014. So it was 6 years ago. You know, see there's activities, mazes. A board game where Torgo can actually escape. And I have board games. I have Disney's Black Hole, Star Trek Action and Adventure in Outer Space, Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars Escape the Death Star. I may pull out some other stuff during the movie. In fact, I should do that. To talk about between movies. We have 5 minutes until it's time to start the next movie. Once the movie starts, I'm going to turn off my mic and then start sending out links to everybody to come see the movie. Tell your friends, people who are watching. Do we still have, we only have 2 viewers right now. 2 people left while I was talking. But this is 50th Street Studio, a 12-hour bad movie marathon. We're getting ready to start, movie number 4, which will be Little Shop of Horrors, the 1960 classic by Roger Corman. The original Little Shop of Horrors, not the musical, was actually not a bad movie. It's one of my favorites. The Audrey 2 killer plant creatures, one of the great movie monsters, I think. So original. We have 3 viewers now. Who came in? Say hello. I'm always asking people who are viewing to please say hello. It always helps when you interact with us. Tell us who you are, how you found us. Oh, we're back down to 2. We are live streaming on Twitch. We're live streaming on 2 different YouTube channels. We're live streaming on Facebook. We are live streaming on Periscope. We are live streaming on Picarto. Yeah, Picarto says there's somebody watching. Says there are 2 viewers on the 50th Street YouTube, 1 viewer on Facebook. Picarto, nobody. Instagib, nobody. We are live streaming on all those various channels. We're back at 3 viewers now. Everyone who's watching right now, please say hello. There should be, I think there are 2 people watching on our 50th Street YouTube channel. And Miranda is on Facebook. I think Miranda's still on Facebook. Yeah, and tell your friends, send people over, because we're getting ready to watch Little Shop of Horrors. And after that will be Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. And we've still got 3 minutes. I was going to show short films between the movies. Short films, educational films. various bad entertaining stuff, various public domain entertaining stuff. But there's actually not enough time. As it turns out, there's not 20 minutes between films. So we can't really do that. I will show one thing, a thing I got off of YouTube. A thing called they are made out of meat. This is an internet interpretation of a short story by Terry Bisson called "They're Made Out of Meat," a science fiction story. The same Terry Bisson is the guy who wrote Bears Discover Fire, which is another good short story. But I'll let you just watch this.
They're made out of meat.
Meat.
There's no doubt about it. We picked several from different parts of the planet, took them aboard our vessels, probed them all the way through. They are completely meat.
That's impossible. What about the radio signals? The messages to the stars?
They use the radio waves to talk, but the signals don't come from them. The signals come from machines.
So who made the machines? That's who we want to contact.
They made the machines. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Meat made the machines.
That's ridiculous. How can meat make a machine? You're asking me to believe in sentient meat.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. These creatures are the only sentient race in the sector and they're made out of meat.
Maybe they're like the Orphalii. You know, a carbon-based intelligence that goes through a meat stage.
No. They were born meat, and they die meat. We studied them for several of their lifespans, which didn't take too long. Do you have any idea the lifespan of meat?
Spare me. Maybe they're only part meat. You know, like the Wedilei. A meathead with an electron brain inside.
We thought of that, since they do have meat heads like the Wedilei. But we probed them. They're meat all the way through.
No brain?
There is a brain, all right. It's just that the brain is made out of meat.
So, what does the thinking?
You're not understanding? The brain does the thinking. The brain is meat.
Thinking meat. You're asking me to believe in thinking meat.
Yes, thinking meat. Conscious meat. Loving meat. Dreaming meat. The meat is the whole deal.
Oh my God. You're serious. They're made out of meat.
Finally, yes. They are indeed made out of meat. And they've been trying to get in touch with us for almost 100 of their years.
So what does the meat have in mind?
First it wants to talk to us. Then I imagine it wants to explore the universe, contact other sentients, swap ideas and information. The usual.
We're supposed to talk to meat.
That's the idea. That's the message they're sending out by radio. Hello? Anyone out there? Anyone home? That sort of thing.
They actually use words, ideas, concepts.
Yes. Except they do it with meat.
I thought you just told me they used radio.
They do, but what do you think is on the radio? Meat sounds. You know how when you slap or flap meat it makes a noise? They talk by flapping their meat at each other. They can even sing by squirting air through their meat.
Oh my God. Singing meat. This is too much. So what do you advise?
Officially, we are required to contact, welcome, and log in any and all sentient races in the quadrant without prejudice, fear, or favor. Unofficially, I advise that we erase the records and forget the whole thing.
I was hoping you would say that.
It seems harsh, but there is a limit. Do we really want to make contact with meat?
I agree 100%. What's there to say? Hello, meat. How's it going? But will this work? How many planets are we dealing with here?
Just one. They can travel to other planets in special meat containers, but they can't live on them. And being meat, they only travel through e-space, which limits them to the speed of light and makes the possibility of their ever making contact pretty slim.
So we just pretend there's no one home in the universe?
That's it.
Cruel. But you said it yourself. Who wants to meet meat? And the ones who have been aboard our vessels, the ones you have probed? You're sure they won't remember?
They'll be considered crackpots if they do. We went into their heads and smoothed out their meat so that we are just a dream to them.
How strangely appropriate that we should be Meat's dream.
And we can mark this sector unoccupied.
Agreed. Case closed. Any others? Anyone interesting on that side of the galaxy?
Yes, a rather shy but sweet hydrogen core cluster intelligence in a Class 9 star zone. They were in contact 2 galactic rotations ago, wants to be friendly again.
They always come around.
And why not? Imagine how unutterably cold the universe would be if one were all alone.
Yeah, there we are. They're made out of meat. A story written by Terry Bisson, science fiction author. Very original, humorous science fiction author. Also wrote Bears Discover Fire. That was a little animated thing that somebody on YouTube posted years ago, using a little service called a little free service called Extra Normal, where you could type in a script and assign it to some pre-made characters and direct a little movie. It's not a thing you can do anymore, but I thought it was the perfect script for that kind of thing. Oh my God, singing meat, this is too much. That's one of my favorite lines. Okay, we are going to start a Little Shop of Horrors right now, and we'll get to see an actual good movie, an actual entertaining film. Looks like some of the pictures getting cut off. I'm gonna correct it here.
My name is Sergeant Joe Fink, working the 24-hour shift out of homicide. And this is my workshop, the part of town that everybody knows about, but that nobody wants to see. Where the tragedies are deeper, the ecstasy's wilder, and the crime rate consistently higher than anywhere else. Skid Row, my beat.
Yeah, there we go. This is Roger Corman picture from 1960. It was shot in 3 days. At least that's how the story goes. When typical of Roger Corman, he came in, he finished a picture, he finished another movie early and under budget, and they still had the set for 3 days. So they said, let's make another movie. The movie they were shooting before was called Bucket of Blood, with Dick Miller as the star. So that's why Dick Miller is in this movie as well. You'll recognize Dick Miller. He's the flower expert. Produced and directed by Roger Corman. That neat little opening sequence with the
The most terrifying period in the history of my beat began in a little run-down floor shop called Mushnick's.
ink drawing. I've always liked that.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiva. How's things today?
Oh, the same as usual, Mr. Mushnick. My sister's nephew Stanley died in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, what happened?
He got blown up, who knows how.
That's nice. Well, you would like, maybe as usual, some flowers for the funeral.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
I thought possibly, because I always give to you all my funeral business, maybe you should possibly give to me, a little cut rate.
Look on me, Mrs. Shiva. What am I, a philatelist? I sell on Skid Row nothing but cheap carnations. And I should give you a cut rate. I can't even afford water for the flowers. To my throat, I would be giving a cut.
I dreamt I dwelt in marble halls.
Mel Wells here playing
Get up from the back!
playing Mr. Mushnick. This is a great performance.
Mrs. Shiver, that Seymour is...
He's a nice boy.
Why don't you let him sing?
What, see? Look, here I got a new customer.
There's Dick
Brand new
Miller.
in the yellow vest. I should let the cleanup boy, but I can't even afford chase him out right away. Flowers fresh as the springtime mushnicks. Hello? Oh, hello, Dr. Farr. What can I do for you today?
Listen, Mushnick, I haven't got much time. Send me over 2 gladiolas and the fern.
Excellent. That's 2 dozen glads, 1 potted fern.
No, Mushnick. 2 gladiolas and 1 fern.
You want I should put 2 gladiolas in the pot with the ferns?
No, 1 fern, 1 piece. Altogether, 3 pieces. I need it for my waiting room.
Yeah, it's the filling job.
What?
A filling job.
Good, I'll drill a bigger hole.
You mean you want 2 crummy gladiolas and 1 crummy fern? What kind of a decoration is that?
Listen, it's my flower budget for the week. Mushnick. Who can be a dentist on Skid Row?
All right, excellent. I'll send Seymour right away. Who am I to argue with science?
Make it snappy.
Who am I to
Now
argue with
you
science?
are going to get it. Oh, you are going to get it. Look.
All right, I'm going to take a break from the microphone and send out some links.
Sure, we were
Let
talking
people know
about
that
funeral flowers.
Little Shop of Horrors is starting
Did you call me Mr. Mushnick?
in just a
No,
moment.
I was calling John D. Rockefeller for to make a loan on my Rolls Royce.
Sorry I said it.
Now look, Seymour. You take 2 gladiolas. You'll cut them nice and even. You'll take 1 fern. You'll wrap them in a package, and you'll take them to Dr. Farr. Right? Now go already! Now, what can I do for you, sir?
My name is Burson Fox.
Excellent. I am Gravis Mushnick.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now, who's going to get my roses?
Oh, that's a good one, he said.
Come right over here.
You would like maybe some orchids for a nice girl?
No, I think I'd like a couple of dozen carnations.
Carnations.
I will be back after
You can't
posting
find
these
around
links.
these days that somebody shouldn't drop dead.
You've had more than your share of bad luck, Mrs. Shiver.
Bad luck, she calls it. You should have so many people kick off. You would have somebody fall on top of you, too.
What about the carnations?
You said you wanted some roses.
Yeah, for Stanley.
My carnations.
You should see what that Seymour is. Oh, here are your carnations. Wait, I'll wrap them for
No,
you.
that's all right. I'll leave them here.
Why not? Of course, what else? They are all right?
Well, I've had better.
Well, this is a small shop.
Oh, that's okay. You know, those big places, they're full of pretty flowers, expensive flowers. When you raise them for looks and smell, you're bound to lose some food value. I like to eat these little out-of-the-way places.
Oh! Such a thing, eating flowers.
Look, don't knock it until you try it, huh? Look what happened.
This is what I was trying to tell you before. Look on him, everybody. Look at the quality of his work. I ask you, when I fired him, where is he going to get such another good job?
You mean I'm fired?
No, I'm electing you president from the United States. Yes, you are fired.
Gravis, you can't do that.
Who can't?
I didn't mean it.
You didn't mean it. You never mean it. You didn't mean it the time you put up the bouquet with the get well card in the funeral parlor and sent the black lilies to the old lady in the hospital. You didn't mean it. But this time, I, Gravis Mushnick, mean it.
He means it.
But gee, Mr. Mushnick, don't I always try to do what's right? And I'm crazy about flowers. I like flowers almost as much as Audrey does.
Excellent, you're fired.
Why don't you give him a chance to resurrect himself?
I'd give him a chance to quit.
I ain't gonna quit.
You're a brave boy, you're fired.
But that ain't fair, Mr. Mushnick. You know what I'm doing? I'm working on a special surprise plant just for you. I'm growing a plant like you ain't never seen before.
Excellent, I can't even sell the plants I got in my shop. Out, you.
Now, wait a minute. He's got a new kind of plant you ought to look at.
I don't look on flowers, Mr. Yellow Vest. I got ancestors in the flower business for 200 years, but I got one shop on Skid Row, one stinking shop. I don't even like flowers.
No, you don't understand what I mean. Look, I've eaten in flower shops all over the world. And I've noticed that the places that have the most weird and unusual plants do the best business.
See?
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 What is this, a tango? All right. Explain me more.
Well, I remember one place that had a whole wall covered with poison ivy. People came from miles around to look at that wall, and they stayed to buy.
The owner got rich.
No. He scratched himself to death in an insane asylum.
Oh, that was my cousin Harry.
All right. All right. You go home and you get this fancy schmancy plant and you bring it back here. And if Mr. Yellow Vest Fouch says it's a draw, you still got a job. If he don't, out you go to both of you, right?
Don't worry, you'll like it. You'll see.
This is Radio KSIK. You've been listening to Music for Old Invalids. Our next selection is entitled Sick Room Serenade.
Seymour, is that you?
Yeah, Ma.
Come in here and look at my tongue.
But, Ma, I already seen your tongue.
Have you no sympathy for your poor mother? Laughing at her and mocking her illness, and she's got one foot in the grave?
Oh, I didn't mean it.
Oh, you never mean it. Now, come on, look at my tongue.
A tongue's a tongue, Ma. They all look the same to me.
Oh, did you stop at Dr. Mallard's and get the results of my tests?
Yeah, he said there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh, not Dr. Mallard. He's one doctor I thought would tell the truth.
He said you should be playing fullback for the Rams.
He wants me dead. I'll bet he's assistant coroner.
Ma, I gotta go.
And I know I've got my goiters coming back. I can feel it every morning after breakfast.
Yeah, that's when you take those great...
What you
I
got, a
posted
little
the links.
surprise for me?
This is Little Shop of Horrors. Welcome, people who clicked over.
Dr. Slurp Saddle's famous tonic.
For a second there, we had 4 viewers. Now we've got 3.
To be taken
Say hello,
internally or
everybody.
externally for pain and neuritis, neuralgia, headache.
Fingers are cold.
If hit by a truck, call your physician. Alcoholic contact, 98%. Oh, Seymour, you never.
This is Little Shop of Horrors, the original Little Shop of Horrors. Produced and directed by Roger Corman in 1960. Shot over 3 days.
Oh, I can feel that surge of warm health going through me already.
This is actually not a bad movie. I think it's one of my favorites. It's an excellent movie, I think. Of course, Little Shop of Horrors features the Audrey II killer plant, which is one of the great movie monsters, I think. Truly original monster. Nothing like it ever before in film. Who's watching? Everybody who's watching, please say hello. This is the 50th Street Studio 12-hour bad movie marathon. We've just started movie number 4, Little Shop of Horrors. I'm going to step away from the mic for a bit. I'll be back a little later.
Hey, put this on my bill.
Well, here it is, everybody. What do you think of it?
Well, it sure is different.
It looks delicious, but don't you think it's kind of stale?
Well, it hasn't been feeling too well.
You call that a fancy plant? It looks like it never spent an LT day in its entire life.
I don't care. I like it anyway.
You like even skunk cabbage.
Yeah. What kind of a plant is this, Seymour?
Well, I'm not sure. I got the seeds from a Japanese gardener over on Central Avenue. He found them in with an order he got from a plantation next to a cranberry farm.
Fine. You don't even know what is this plant you're growing.
Well, I gave it a name.
What name?
Oh, gee.
What, you gave it a dirty name? You can't even mention it?
Well, I named it Audrey Jr.
You named it after me. Oh, really? That's the most exciting thing anyone's ever done to me.
You poor kid. I don't think it's so much I should keep on spending $10 a week on your salary.
But, Gravis, he named it after me.
I know, and if they keep it, they'll name it Mushnick's Folly because I'll be in jail for non-payment of taxes.
Are you crazy?
Who?
You. That's probably the only plant of its kind in the world. Don't you realize if Seymour can nurse that thing back to health, you'll have people coming here from all over?
You think so, you Fouch?
I know so, you mushnick. Now, that's all I'm saying on the subject. Besides, I've got to get home. My wife's making gardenias for dinner.
Good night, you Fouch.
Good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Crazy about kosher flowers.
He's a nice man.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about. Maybe he's not so stupid. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep you and this dumbbell junior for a week. If you can noise it back to Elk, you both can stay. If you can't, you're both fired.
Oh, gee, thank you, Mr. Mushnick.
Don't feel sad, Seymour.
Don't waste your pity on me, Audrey. I'm not worth it.
Who says you're not?
Everybody.
Yeah, I know. But I think you're a fine figurative of a man, and I know that Audrey Jr. will be the sweetest thing in the whole wide world.
Well, I don't know. I've given it every kind of fancy fertilizer and atomic plant food and distilled mineral water you can buy, but it just gets sicker and sicker.
Don't worry. You're going to be another Luther Glendale.
Pasadena.
Burbank. Good night, Seymour.
Night, Audrey. What's the matter, little plant? Haven't I done everything I could for you? Where did I goof? You're the first little plant I ever tried to grow, and if you die, I don't know what I'll do. Please don't die. I'll get you some water, okay? Oh, gee. You opened up just like you do every night at sunset. I wish I knew how to make you grow. Here, let me move this out of your way so you can breathe. Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Hey, what happened? How come you woke up? Blood? You like blood? Oh, you must be kidding. Well, we'll see. You don't know what I'm doing for you. Ow! Oh, who would have thought it? Well, I guess there's just no accounting for people's tastes.
My boy.
You're the most magnanimous person in the whole world.
Look on him, Audrey. Isn't he beautiful? Isn't he delicious? Isn't he got the $2 raise? What happened to your fingers?
Bee stings. So how come I'm all of a sudden so wonderful?
5 bees, one for each finger?
10 bees. Did you say I was getting a $2 raise?
Correct, my very excellent Seymour. 10 bees.
What did I do now?
Don't you know what you did? Just look.
Oh, boy, look at that. It grew. It's almost a foot long.
Isn't it empirical?
It grows like a cold sore from the lip. Oh, hello, young pretty ladies. What can Gravis Mushnick do for you?
Well, we saw your sign outside. About the Audrey Jr. So we thought we'd come in and take a look.
Well, give a look.
That makes 4 people today who've come in just to look at it.
Oh, Dick, Shirley. Is that just too much? Oh, what kind of plant is it?
It's an Audrey Jr.
Where was it you got in trouble with 10 bees?
Well, is that all? I mean, doesn't it have a scientific name?
Yes, of course, but who could denounce it? You would like maybe to buy something.
Well, we don't have any money. Except $2,000. But that's just to spend on flowers. So we don't have any of our own. Isn't that a drag?
You got just $2,000 just for to spend on flowers?
That's right.
Who died? The Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we're from Cucamonga High School. And we're building a float for the Rose Bowl parade. Which is made out of flowers. Thousands of them. And we're on the committee that picks the florists. And then glues on the flowers. Gee, that sure is a mad plant. Wow, yeah.
Seymour here invented it.
He did.
Thousands of flowers. Girls, please don't damage the horticulturist. Tell me, how come you don't buy all these thousands of flowers from Gravis Mushnick? My flowers got something the others don't.
What's that?
They're cheap.
Well, gee, if your shop is good enough to develop the Audrey Jr., I guess it can get us everything we need. Yeah, we'll talk it over with the rest of the committee.
Excellent.
Well, we gotta run now. Bye, all. Bye, Seymour.
Bye. Bye, girls. A son. A son. Look, Audrey. I got a son.
Oh, gee, Mr. Mushnick.
What, Mr. Mushnick? I don't want you should call me Mr. Mushnick anymore. I want you should call me Dad.
Okay, Dad.
Isn't that beautiful?
Seymour Krelboyne, come over here, my son. I want to talk on you about the future. Look on this fly trap. Look on it. Soon we got no more Skid Row. We will be rich, us. I am building for you a giant greenhouse in which you are making impossible flowers, which in turn I am selling at ridiculous prices in my giant new flower saloon in Beverly Hills. Do you see that big sign in the sky? It is saying, Gravis Mushnik in French.
Isn't it exciting? And we'll have an orchestra right by the cash register.
Gravis Mushnik in
And Gravis
French.
will wave his arms, and the orchestra
Look on this
will
fly
play
trap.
lots of spring songs. And I'll come out in a gown wrapped by somebody expensive and say,
Jackie
The
Joseph.
carnations are $600 a dozen, 2 dozen for 1,000.
It's a bargain.
get 'em while they last. Stop shouting.
Audrey was played by a woman named Jackie Joseph, who was also the voice of Melody on the Josie and the Pussycats
Tell
cartoon.
me, how much are the carnations today?
The carnations are $600 a dozen.
And why are they letting him run around loose?
Please, excuse
Why you
my
let him
son.
run around loose?
Just point to anything in the store and it is yours.
I love this movie.
That's right.
The cash register, maybe, huh?
Wait a minute. Here are several dozen
Lots
carnations
plants cheap.
on the house, courtesy of Gravis Mushnik, the Bloom Tycoon.
We
That's
don't
my
letting you
dad.
spend.
Thanks very much. Only tell me, why are you so happy? Not only did my Uncle Mush's brother Yankel die, Tenafly, New Jersey. You should also give some flowers to that poor dead plant there. Good morning, Mr. Mushnik.
Bum bum bum.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiver.
Look what happened to my plant, Dad.
Who are you calling Dad? Who?
Oh, no. And it was so beautiful just a few seconds ago.
Excellent. Just a few seconds ago, I gave away dozens of carnations free to Mrs. Shiver.
I didn't mean it.
You have perhaps an explanation.
No, but if you give me a minute, I'll think of one.
I can see it all now. We are in the poorhouse. That big sign in the sky, it is reading, Seymour Krelboyne, rest in peace, in Arabic.
Oh, you've got to give him another chance.
In
Promise me a
Arabic.
week, Mr. Mushnick. I'll sit up all night with that plant. It'll be healthy in the morning. You'll
I
see.
love
I
Mel
promise.
Wells' performance
I promise.
as Mr. Mushnick. There's still parts of the picture that aren't. I'm gonna turn off the mic for a bit.
Feed me. Feed me. Who said that? You said that. You said that.
Feed me.
You said that. You can talk. I got a talking plant. Say it again. Feed me. Oh, boy. I never been to college and I ain't been around much. But I'd have been willing to bet there ain't no such thing as a talking plant. But I'll take your word for it. Gee, Junior, I'd like to feed you. But I used up all my fingers. Oh. Look at me, I'm all cut to pieces. But maybe I can find another drop here someplace. That's the best I can do.
More.
But I'm already anemic.
Feed me more.
Gee, Junior, I'd be happy to give you anything I got. But I gotta keep a little blood for myself or I'll be in worse shape than Mom. I'm sorry, Junior. Oh, I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll think of something.
I first saw this movie when I was really young. I don't remember exactly when. I was 12 or 13. not a little kid. I was a young teenager, but I saw it alone. It showed one afternoon. I grew up in a house deep in the woods near the Louisiana border in Texas. And for some reason, I was in the house alone the whole weekend out there deep in the woods. And this movie showed on a local TV station Sunday afternoon, Saturday or Sunday afternoon. Again, I was a young kid alone. I watched this movie and it creeped me out. I didn't see it as a comedy at the time. I didn't get the humor. And it wasn't until years later when I saw it again when I was in college. Whoa! When I saw it again years later, I realized, oh, this is a comedy. This is a satire. It's a really loud scene. Can people even hear me talking? I'm sure you must be able to. Who's watching? We got 3 viewers. 3 people watching us here at the 50th Street Studio 12-hour Bad Movie Marathon. This is movie number 4. Wow, that dead guy got a lot smaller in that bag.
Daddy, somebody out there.
Yeah, say hello, whoever's watching now. Say hello to me. Let me know who's watching, where you're watching from. How you found us. 50th Street Studio. This is a fundraiser for 50th Street Studio, which is a non-profit. You can see our fundraising goal below my picture here. We're at $31 right now. Wherever you're watching from, you should see a link. You should see a link in the description.
Don't bother me. I got problems of my own.
Feed me.
Hi, Ninja Falcon. Hi, how are you?
Blood. Talk to somebody else.
He says, let the lurkers lurk.
I don't care what you are. Can't you see I'm knocked out? I just
Thank you for
killed a
coming,
man.
Ninja Falcon. Good to see you.
Murderer. You think it's fun to be a murderer? You think it's fun to haul around a sack full of food? Oh, no, Junior. What kind of guy do you think I am? I'm starved. Well, maybe just a snack.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The guy got hit by a train. Ninja says, "Aye, doing well. How's it going?" It's going as well as could be expected. This is pretty gross, this scene right here. That's pretty gross.
Now that is what I call a salad. What do you call that salad?
Cesarean.
Well, before
He
the
just
next
asked
course, I think I'll have a nice cigar.
what kind of salad you call this, and she said a cesarean.
Maybe a cigar?
All the way through this film, Audrey uses the wrong words. She's really underrated, her performance here.
And I found I left the money in the other suit.
But yeah, things are going as well as can be expected under the circumstances, I guess.
So what else is new?
All right. I made a mistake. After all, a man is
This
entitled.
is
Go on, this
Little
is
Shop
your
of
story.
Horrors.
I'll wait for the punch.
Don't get smart with me, girlie. I'll have you know that in my shop in the cash register, I'm having the total day's receipts, which is summing up to more than $9. You'll bring the rest of the food, then I'll go to the shop and get the money.
You're playing my favorite song.
Now look here, Buster. One of you is going to go down right now and get the loot, while the other one stays here until the first one gets back, if you get what I mean.
Oh, fine. In this fancy schmancy restaurant, you are holding hostages, right?
Right.
Excellent. You eat up, Audrey. I'll be back in a flash with the cash.
Bye, Gravis.
Bye, Gravis. There's somebody at the door. Just stumbling by and looking in the window. A lot of pedestrians walking by and looking at our window displays today. We're not open. We don't have anything to sell. Why is Seymour singing Christmas songs?
You flush now, right?
Bring me whiskey, rum, wine, gin, bourbon.
What?
Scotch, rye, tequila, sake, Manischewitz.
Did you bring the money?
Don't bug me with the money. I got to get drunk now.
What flipped him?
I don't know.
Look. Here, take it. Bring me anything. Bring me everything. Creme de mint. Everything you got.
Okay.
Travis, what happened?
Don't ask.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ghosts I could handle. Don't ask.
Why don't you tell me? Maybe I could help you.
Help you?
Ninja, you still with us?
Try and eat something. It'll calm your aggravation.
Aggravation. I was telling them earlier that the woman playing Audrey.
Audrey, you wouldn't believe it.
I wish you'd break out and tell me.
All right, I'll tell you tomorrow, right after I am telling the police.
Is a woman
But he
named
must
Jackie
think he would
Joseph.
come to the police. If he had, that might have been the finish of the unhappy story. It was not.
She was the voice of Melody in the Josie and the Pussycats cartoon in the 70s. Well, we only got 2 viewers now. Ninja may have left. Thank you for coming. Who is with us?
$85 with the business already, and we barely open.
Wow.
What did I tell you? You wouldn't be interested in selling a half interest in this place, huh?
Mr. Mushnick, we talked to the committee, and they said we could use your flower on the float. Hey, guess what? We're going to feature Audrey Jr. Right on top.
Boy.
Can't you just picture it?
I can picture it.
Oh, won't the people just eat it up?
Eat up the people.
And we're going to have the
Eat
big
up
part
the
of it
people.
open, so she can sit in it.
I'm going to turn the microphone off for a
With her
bit.
crown and
I'll be back
scepter.
later.
She'll be so cute. Oh, you could just eat her up.
Eat up the girl.
Oh, there's Seymour! Oh, Seymour!
I got a toothache. Leave me alone.
You. Come
Oh,
with
my
me.
jaw, I got a toothache. It hurts. Oh, let go of my jaw. Oh, my jaw. Oh.
Now, Seymour, talk on me.
I got a toothache. What do you want to talk about?
That plant, is that a nice subject for to talk?
The plant is great. It's 4 times bigger than it was yesterday.
I saw. How come the plant is now so big?
I don't know. But look at all them people out there. We only been open a half hour. We already done $70 worth of business.
85. Now, look, Seymour. You gave this plant a fancy name, Audrey Jr., but I want to know right now, what do just people call it?
Well, it's a cross between a Butterworth and a Venus flytrap.
Venus flytrap. And what are the habits of this Venus flytrap?
Well, the book says it eats insects. It eats them 3 times in its life, and then it's full grown.
Excellent. And how many times is this one eat?
Well, once or twice.
You don't remember?
Well, this is kind of an unusual type flytrap.
That is a possibility.
It may never eat again. I don't see how it could get any bigger.
Then you think it don't need any more flies?
Yeah. Oh, my tooth is just killing me.
All right, excellent. You run along to the dentist. I'll take care of things here.
Thanks, boss.
Travis, we've got to order more flowers. Tons of them.
I'm making lots of money.
That'll teach you to keep your bill up to date, you deadbeat. Go ahead and run, you sniveling dog. Go ahead and run. I'm glad I heard you. I'm glad.
Seymour. Seymour,
Got a bad tooth, huh? No, I thought this was the men's room. Seymour, come back here, you bad dog. You get in there. So, you are the young man who ruined my gladiolas, huh? Sit down. Come on.
Guess what?
My tooth stopped hurting. Yes, I know. Let's see. Shut up and open up. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Does that hurt?
yeah.
Good, you haven't felt anything yet. Uh-huh.
It's just over here.
Seymour, who was the dentist here, you or me? I'll find that tooth. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Look at that stalagmite. But don't worry, it's going to be an easy one, Seymour. I won't even use Novocaine.
Oh, you broke the mirror in my mouth.
Well, don't tell me about it, stupid. Just swallow it. All right, yes. Let's see now, Seymour. Let's see, I'll have this one, and that one, and I have to have this one, Seymour.
It's only one tooth.
Seymour, who is the dentist here, you or me? Are you practicing dentistry without a license? No. All right. Uh-huh. Let's see. Oh, shh. Seymour, Seymour, don't be mad. Look at that. Will you look at that, Seymour? I didn't know you were an elk. You know, I can't afford an assistant. So I get this ready instant mix. It doesn't last very long, but it tastes good. All right, Seymour.
Oh, stay away from me.
Seymour.
You're trying to kill me.
A duel. Aha.
Is this doctor's office? Just a minute. Oh, yes. I see it is. You can come in now.
My name is Wilberforce.
Wilberforce what?
Just Wilberforce. My first name is Wilbur. My last name is Force. I don't have a middle name.
Well, you have an appointment, maybe?
No, but you were very highly recommended to me by one of your patients, Mrs. S. Shiva. I do a lot of undertaking for her relatives.
Well, as you can see, I have a customer now, and I'm all booked up for the rest of the day, so you'll have to come back tomorrow.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I have 3 or 4 abscesses, a touch of pyorrhea, 9 or 10 cavities. I lost my pivot tooth, and I'm in terrible pain.
Well, I can't help you today.
Oh, that's all right.
Hello, folks. Thanks for coming.
I'll just wait outside.
If you're thinking this guy looks familiar, you're right. Pay close attention. I'll give a...
The patient came to me with a large hole in his abdomen caused by a fire poker used on him by his wife. He almost bled to death and gangrene had set in. I didn't give him much of a chance. There were other complications. The man had cancer, tuberculosis, leprosy, and a touch of the grip. I decided to operate.
My patient just left. You could come in now.
Oh, goody. I didn't see the other man leave.
Well, he went out the back door.
I'll give a coveted no prize
Go to the dentist.
to someone who can tell me who this is.
Myself, don't you? I mean, there's a real feeling of growth, of progress when that old drill goes in. I mean, I'd almost rather go to the dentist than anywhere, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, no Novocaine. It dulls the senses.
That's right, it's Jack.
More than it is me.
Someone named Slap Silly is watching on Twitch, and you're right, it's Jack. It's exactly who you think it is.
Oh, my God, don't stop now! Well, I made a lot of holes, and now I gotta fill it up with this here silver stuff.
Well, aren't you gonna pull any?
Well,
Oh, go on.
well, to your mouth.
quite an afternoon. I can truly say I've never enjoyed myself so much. I'll recommend you to all my friends.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
Slap Silly. I do have to disqualify. It's one of my fave PD movies.
Take
Yeah.
it easy, Dracula. What do you think I'm carrying here? My dirty laundry?
Take it easy, Dracula. Yeah, this is a great movie, isn't it? Slap Silly. How did you find us? Thank you for coming. And how did you hear about us? And are you somebody that we've met before?
Well, goodbye, Dr. Farr. You may have been a crummy dentist, but you were a nice fella. I never meant to kill anybody in my whole
Slap
life.
Silly says
I've
nope.
killed 2 in the last
But how did
2
you
days.
find us? Yeah, how did you find this link?
Well, but you asked for it coming after me with that knife and all. Fun voyage, Dr. Farr. You want anything else? See you in the morning.
Well, whatever the case, tell your friends. Give out the link. We need more viewers. This is 50th Street Studios' 12-hour bad movie marathon. This is movie number 4 of the day. Little Shop of Horrors.
Hey, Joe. Come on in, Frank. How's the wife, Frank?
Not bad, Joe.
Glad to hear it. The kids?
Lost one yesterday.
Lost one, eh? How'd that happen?
Playing with matches.
Well, those are breaks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Got a strange one here. Railroad people say they lost one of their best detectives the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Down by the yards. Just watching the refrigerator cars.
One of their best detectives.
Refrigerator cars.
Ice thieves.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
Don't know. Vanished. Let on tracks.
Clues?
None.
Anything else?
Dennis. Farb.
Dead?
Missing.
Clues?
Blood in office.
Where?
Skid Row.
Ideas?
None.
Check it out.
Yeah.
This is a subplot that was entirely left out of the musical.
Now we were on the
Am I
case.
right?
Officer Frank Stooley and me. My name is Fink. Sergeant Joe Fink. Fella Fink.
So the narrator was removed and replaced by a chorus. Someone in one of my MST3K groups on Facebook posted the stream. That was me. That would have been me. Well, I'm glad you came.
Oh, boy, look at that.
Hi, everybody. Oh, my gosh.
Ain't it something?
It's monstrosity.
Yeah.
And to think that you did it.
Gee, Audrey, you don't have to kiss me.
Don't you like me to kiss you?
Yeah, but you don't like to kiss me.
Why shouldn't I?
Nobody else ever did.
Well, I do like to.
You do? You really do? You like to kiss me?
Sure I do.
Would you like to kiss me again?
Okay.
That plant?
Slap
boy,
Silly
you
says,
kissed
"You are
good,
JS." No, I'm not JS. So I guess it wasn't
I
me.
guess I just have a good kisser.
How did it?
Would you like to go out on a date with me some night?
Friend?
Oh, sure I would, Seymour. Anytime.
Tonight?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
About that plant.
I have been posting about it in
Have the
the
list of flowers for the
MST3K and
rose
Riff
parade.
Tracks group on Facebook.
Talk
Someone
on
else
Audrey.
must be
Well, we got the list with the floats.
reposting,
Okay, let's take a look at it.
which is good.
Hi, what's cooking?
Look at my plant.
My, with a large one.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Shiva. What's new?
Oh, I got terrible news. My nephew Frankie just lost his little boy.
Oh, that's too bad. How did it happen?
He was playing with matches.
Would you like to buy maybe some flowers?
About 50 cents worth.
Well, I'll get them for you. Look at my plant.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Your name Gravis much, Nick?
Look, I'm Moshnik Gravis. That's my name.
Just want to ask you a few questions.
Questions, ask me.
Just want to ask you a few questions.
I didn't do it.
Do what?
Whatever.
Ever see this man?
Man, see picture.
Why are you so nervous?
Got a guilty conscience?
No, why should I?
Ever see this man?
Man, see the picture. Dr. Farb.
So you know him?
And my dentist, he maybe did something?
Disappeared.
Blood in his office.
The other man, too. Blood in the railroad tracks.
A few spare parts.
Dr. Farb is murdered.
Is he?
No, who knows? Not me.
What do you think?
He doesn't know anything.
Okay, Mushnick. If you hear anything about these men, call our office.
Sure, I'll be glad to cooperate with the police.
Hello, Aunt Sitting.
Oh, isn't it terrible what happened to your boy, Frankie?
Those are the brakes.
Those are the brakes.
All right, Seymour. Now you tell me if that plant is finished all grown up.
He's finished all growing up.
You wouldn't kid your father.
My father came home.
Me, idiot! It's a figure of speech. Now look, I can't stand any more of that plant. It's growing me out of house and
I
home.
love Mel Wells'
Well, it ain't
performance in
gonna
this
grow
movie.
anymore, I
I
promise.
love it.
How can you be so sure?
It ate 3 times already.
What did it eat this time?
Well, about 1 million Japanese beetles.
So don't eat no more.
It's full.
Grandpa! There's a lady from some kind of a commitment outside. I think it's important.
Excellent. By the by, I understand you want to take Audrey out on a date tonight. That's very good with me, because I am staying to keep an eye on that Meshuggah plant.
Where are we going to go tonight, Seymour?
Oh, I just remembered I don't have any money.
Well, that's okay. We could take a walk along the ocean or something.
I got a great idea. We can eat dinner at my house. My mom's a great cook.
Well, that's swell.
Oh, boy, I'll call her later and tell her.
Oh, that's remarkable.
You like?
Oh, I neither like nor dislike anything, my goodness. I happen to represent the Society of Silent Flower Observers of Southern California.
How about that?
Tell me, who created this magnificent bloom?
I did, me.
And what might your name be?
Seymour Krelboyne with a K.
Krelboyne.
Krelboyne.
Raised it in a coffee can.
This? Well, tell me, Mr. Krelboyne, is this a freak, or can more be raised from the seed?
We should live so long.
Well, I don't think there are going to be any more, Miss,
Fuschtwanger. Mrs. Hortense Fuschtwanger.
I think this is going to be the only one, Mrs. Fischtwinger.
Fuschtwanger.
Fischtwanger?
It's probably indigestible anyway.
At any rate, I have the honor to tell you, Seymour Krelboyne.
There's actually an awful lot going on in this
you
scene.
have been selected to receive the annual trophy of the Society of Silent Flower Observers of Southern California.
A trophy? Me?
Such is justice.
Tell me, when do you suppose those large
Well, thank you
plants will
again,
open?
everybody, for watching. I'm
Well,
going to turn off the
according
mic
to what the book
for a
says
bit.
about the
I'll
plants
be
that
right
I
back.
crossed, they should open day after tomorrow at sunset.
Ah, very well. Then I shall return at that time to present the trophy. Good day.
Slap Silly just said, I just saw the schedule. Great, I'm going to be here all night. Yeah. Here, I'll quickly show you the schedule.
Remarkable.
After this, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, then Man of Sands of Fate, then Plan 9 from Outer Space,
Oh,
and
boy,
then a couple
I'm
more
going to
after
get a
that.
trophy.
Oh, Seymour, I'm so proud of you.
Whoa.
Oh, real trophy. Andre Jr. We can put it on the float. In the Rose Parade.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to have to fix that logo later. Yeah,
Don't
thank
look
you
at
for
me.
coming.
I'm a terrible sight. I'm a complete sea
I'll be
hag.
back
She
shortly.
always says that.
Oh, well, it's true. I haven't been feeling very well lately.
Audrey, this is my ma, Winifred Krelboyne. Ma, this is Audrey Fulcourt. She's my girl.
Hi, Audrey. Are you hungry?
I sure am. I could eat a hearse.
Oh, well, sit right down, and I'll go get the first course.
Sit here, Audrey. You want me to take your sweater?
Yes.
Never mind that. Well, now try this.
It tastes like cough syrup.
Dr. Flynn's cough syrup. A toast?
To Audrey Jr.
No, to Audrey Sr.
glutton, you. Tonight I keep an eye on you. I don't let nobody get near you.
Comes the soup. Now, don't touch it till I get the flavoring.
Gee, Audrey, you sure look good by candlelight.
Oh, do I really, Seymour?
Yeah.
Here you are. Now, try it.
Sure smells different.
It's different.
Some kind of oil, isn't it?
Cod liver oil. It's wonderful for the colon.
And that's sulfur powder on the top.
Feed me. I'm hungry.
Open it is.
Feed me.
I didn't hear it.
Feed me.
I heard it.
I want food.
A talking plant we got.
I'm hungry.
No. Hungry. And other fine kettlefen fish. Who would you like to have tonight?
You look fat enough.
We not only got a talking plant, we got one that makes with smart cracks. Will you listen to me, you botanical bum? Food you wouldn't get. Not from Gravis Mushnik.
I'm starved.
Excellent. You would unpopulate the whole Skid Row. Well, you can forget about it. You wouldn't get fed from Gravis Mushnik tonight. Good night.
You'll get yours.
I kind of like this chow mein.
If it tastes a little bitter, it's because it's made of Chinese herbs and it's flavored with acromyas and Epsom salts.
There ain't another cook in the whole world like my ma.
That's what your old man said before the louse ran out on me. You know, if you're going to be married, you got to be a good cook.
Well, maybe you could teach me.
You thinking of getting married?
Well, he hasn't asked me yet.
Who hasn't?
Seymour.
Seymour's too young to get married. Look here, a boy's got to go out and play around a little bit. Go out on the make and have a ball.
Gee, Ma, I don't want to have a ball. I want to be with Audrey.
Oh, no, look, Seymour. You promised you wouldn't get married until you bought me an iron lung.
But you've been breathing for years, Ma.
Well, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, son.
Nobody here. Black Cat, 13th John, Friday the 13th is stupid superstition. All right, you. Come out of there.
Don't shoot, mister. I'm old and sick. I wouldn't hurt even a fly.
Come out in the light where I can see you.
Man, please don't shoot. Please. Please, I'm only Gravis Mushnik. You wouldn't want to kill me. Where would you
Hello
hide the
again.
body?
Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot you. Not unless you try something.
Try something? I never tried anything in my life. I wouldn't try anything now. You want my money? Take it. You want I should go out and steal you some more? That's all right, too. I'll do it.
Thank you very much. I like your brand of hospitality.
You'll excuse it isn't more. I'm only a poor flautist.
Yeah. We got about $30 here. Come on now. Where's the rest of it? I was in here this afternoon. I saw about 30,000 people in here. They must have spent
30,000
some money.
people.
Where is it?
There ain't no more money. They came in to look on the plant. It's a big attraction. Audrey Jr.
The plant. Don't try to slow me, Jim. 30,000 squares didn't come in here just to look for a plant. I want it.
I don't got no more money, honest. Believe me.
Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I ain't got no more money, honest.
All right, try it the other way around. 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right already.
Okay, Big Dad, where?
In the plant.
In the plant?
The big plant, Audrey Jr.
Inside the big leaf.
That's right, inside.
How do you get it open?
Just knock.
This is actually really creepy.
In there? In there?
Inside, in the bottom.
I don't see anything.
Way inside. Right in the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's creepy the way he sticks his face right down in there. Right down into the fibers.
What I did.
See, I don't think the guy would have done
I
that.
don't care what you got at the date with Audrey
He
tonight.
would've made
I am
Musnick
no
do it.
more sitting up with that no-good Nick plant.
Here I am talking about.
But gee, Mr. Mushnick, you don't have to sit up with it anymore. It's all grown up now.
Excellent, smart guy. How
Just
do
one
you
thing
know
being
it don't be
unbelievable.
hungry no more?
Well, because...
Tonight you are staying.
When we're talking
Then
about a
tomorrow
talking
they're coming and they're going
man-eating
to
plant.
give you a trophy, and then after that we are getting rid once and for all for that plant.
Getting rid of it? Why?
Don't ask why. Why? The end. Into the garbage can. Aloha.
Yeah.
Oy. Yes, Mrs.
Slap
Shiva.
Silly says it would be a good place to stash the cash, though.
Wonderful plant.
Oh, that's all right, Audrey.
You need to make sure that you actually have the cooperation of the
I
plant.
know you will. Did you figure out what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, we're going to a place full of beautiful flowers.
And I don't
We have
think
to stay here.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think the
never
plant's
mind.
word would be
We'll have a
trustworthy.
picnic. It'll be just like going to the country.
Oh,
Did you
boy.
Get the 3,000 pink azaleas for the arbor and the 9,000 yellow mums for the border. And the roses for the front and the back. No, around the back.
What do you
I
mean
made a
you're
show
going
of
to a picnic at night with that full
wiping
court
down
girl?
this Dr. Pepper
like
can
Audrey,
with
Ma?
Lysol.
She's out after your money.
I don't think
I
that was
don't have any
necessary. I
money.
was putting on a show.
She's a smart
really.
one. She'll latch on
Now
to
I'm
you
concerned I
until you
can't
get
drink it.
some, and then goodbye fortune.
Yeah. Yeah.
Audrey's an honest girl, Ma.
Yeah, never trust a woman who's too healthy.
Audrey had a bad cold a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, a cold, a puny cold. Why don't you get yourself a real female with something decent like mononucleosis or gallstones?
Well, maybe she could catch something like that.
The only thing she'll catch is you. And she'll take you off to some shady sanitarium and leave me to chiropractors and faith healers.
Chiropractors and faith
I
healers.
know when I'm not wanted. Oh,
Oh, gee, Ma.
I
don't feel
appreciate that
sorry
crack
for
against
me.
chiropractors.
I'll just find a nice wet alley somewhere and curl up and wait for the end.
Oh, please don't die till I get back, will you, Ma? I'll take care of you. I'll always take care of you. I promise.
Yeah.
Bye. Gee, Audrey, I never tasted food like this before.
The peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly, what does that cure?
Nothing. It's just a food.
Well, what good is it if it doesn't clear up pimples or shrink your sinus tissues or something?
You're just being silly, Seymour. Seymour, what do you want to be?
Well, I want to grow things. If I had a lot of money, I'd go to the South Seas where they grow the most fabulous plants in the world.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the South Seas, too.
There's no reason why you couldn't go.
Would you take me with you, Seymour?
Oh, I couldn't very well go without you, Audrey.
Why not?
Because I'm in love with you, Audrey.
Oh, I'm in love with you, too, Seymour.
Feed me.
What'd you say?
I was just kidding.
I'm hungry.
Seymour,
I didn't mean it.
why did you say it?
Oh, food.
You didn't even say that.
Oh, yes, I did. I said it.
Oh, I'm looking right at you.
Well, I'm a ventriloquist.
What?
A ventriloquist.
Feed me.
Seymour, do you feel all right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, then stop all this nonsense and kiss me.
I'm dying from hunger.
All right, if you're so hungry, eat something, but forget about me.
Gee, I'm sorry, Audrey.
Give me to eat.
If you can't control yourself, I'm going home.
I need some chow.
Oh,
Food burning
So I missed the scene where Mushnick had his conversation
Please
with the
wait,
plant.
listen to me.
I've listened to all the nonsense I want to hear, Seymour. You're a nut. You tell me that you love me, and then you act like a complete idiot.
Please listen, Audrey. I'll be able to explain everything soon.
Well, why can't you explain now?
Because so many things are so important. I want to marry you, but I got to take care of Mom. Well, that plant in there is going to make it all come true. Tomorrow they're going to give me a trophy, and I'll be famous. I'll be a big botanist. And then we can go to the South Seas, just like we planned and all.
But that doesn't have anything to do with what went on in there. When you're ready to come to your senses, Seymour, then I'll talk to you. Good night, Seymour.
If I remember correctly, there's a truck outside. If I remember correctly, in the musical, the plant eats Mr.
I'm getting
Mushnick,
pretty
right?
tired of you.
I need food.
I don't care what you need. Look what you done to me. You not only made a butcher out of me, but you drove my girl away.
Shut up and bring on the food.
Shut up and bring on
Don't
the
tell
food.
me to shut up. You shut up. Who raised you from a bunch of little seeds? Who fed you all them high-class fertilizers and sat up all night with you when you were sick? Nobody else would have done that for you. Do you think anybody else would have brought you human beings to eat? You're darn right they wouldn't. Well, I've helped you, and you've helped me. Now shut your trap and go to sleep. I'm tired.
Crowboy, turn around. Close your eyes. You are asleep. Open your eyes. Now you will do as I say. Do you follow me?
Yes, master.
You will go out and find me some food.
Yes, master.
Now be gone and waste no time.
I really like the fact that the plant's voice is not, it's not a voiceover. There's a guy standing off camera in the room, actually talking. Actually saying, Krellborn, turn around! I like that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, in the musical, the plant eats Mushnick, right? I'm pretty sure he does. But in the original, the plant threatens him. At the end of their conversation, as the plant is closing up, he says, "You'll get yours." But there's never any follow-up to that. Because immediately after that, the burglar breaks in. And Mushnick basically feeds the guy to the plant. So I guess that was kind of they made a kind of a peace there. Kind of came to an agreement. I missed where the plant calls him fatty. Yeah. Yeah, he said, "You look fat enough." Is that right? Yeah. Miranda says they do that for the play too. There's always another actor backstage playing Audrey too, and yes, he eats him in the movie because he threatens Seymour. Right. Well, in the play, of course, there's somebody actually performing the voice. Well, I guess they could do it as a. They could do it as a pre-recorded, but having an actor on a live situation is the best thing to do. It is unusual for a movie, though. Although. It was an easy and cheap solution, which even the cheapest movies would have done a voiceover. I think they would have been like, "Oh, we'll fix the sound in post." But Corman actually preserved that live dynamic by having an actor on set doing the voice.
What's the matter? Don't you like me?
We have 4 viewers now. Hello, viewer number 4.
Nobody ever told me that before. Beef is better than veal. You're such a dodo. What do you call this? Chopped liver?
This character's name is Leonora Clyde. I've noticed that every character in the film, even no matter how minor the character, they have a full name.
John. My name is Seymour. My name is Seymour. That's my
wasting my time. I never thought anybody would volunteer. Do you volunteer? Sure I do. All right, if you're sure you want to volunteer. All right, my place or yours? I don't care. Well, flip a coin. I don't have a coin. Flip anything, silly. Well, there's a rock. Wet or dry? Wet.
Of course. Thank you, folks, for watching. This is the 50th Street Studios 12-hour bad movie marathon. This is movie number 4, Little Shop of Horrors.
And we knew that soon we would have
We're near the end of the film.
Not that we had any more clues than before, but we had to tell the chief something. I had that feeling in my bones that the mystery was drawing to its climax. I was determined to be on hand.
All right, out. Nobody is in. Today we have a special occasion for Seymour.
And this is a fundraiser for 50th Street Studio.
Please stay out of the way.
We want Seymour! We want Seymour! We want
Slap Silly says, I hear his last name is Krellboyne. Just could be me, though. Yeah, it's a New York pronunciation.
I tell you, this business is worse than being a conductor in a revoluting door. I'll be glad when this day is
A
finished.
conductor in a revoluting door.
Presenting my son with the trophy.
Yeah, what'd he do? Run away from home?
Please don't look at me that way, Audrey.
His
I want
mom
to talk to you.
is in her dress from 1930.
I just don't understand you.
I'll explain everything after the ceremony.
You, police, what are you doing here?
Heard there was something going on here this evening. Just thought we'd come by and keep an eye on things.
Look, we don't need no eyes kept on nothing. Everything.
The Society of Silent Flower Observers has arrived, and sunset is almost upon us.
Welcome, lady and gentlemen. We are honored for to have you.
Still working on those disappearances. We think they were murdered.
Hey, look here, young man. That's no way to talk at a time like this. Let me see your tongue. Uh-huh. Know what you got?
Just the facts, ma'am.
Trench mouth. I know, I had it back in '09.
Trench mouth.
Better have that looked into, Frank. Whatever you say, Joe.
Somebody look up trench mouth. Tell us what it
Mr.
actually
Cromwell.
is.
The sun is going down now, and you do think those buds are going to open.
I hope so.
Because if they don't, Mr. Krellboyne, we shall just have to present the award at another time.
Oh, it's starting to open.
Isn't that Mark? Oh, look, the first bud is open.
Isn't that the railroad cop? Look at the rest. What do you think, Frank? They're all there, Joe. Yes, you're right. Mr. Krellboyne, how do you explain this?
I didn't mean it. That's right, officer. He didn't mean to kill them. Am I?
Seymour, you promised you'd explain.
Looks like they're getting away, Joe. Yes, you're right. Let's catch them.
This is actually really creepy. Actually,
Oh, now the float will be perfect. Yeah.
those messed up little girls. That's actually a really creepy idea that was completely skipped in the musical. And people who have never seen the original are really surprised by it. And it was back at the beginning of the film. I was telling about how I first saw this when I was really young, and I was at home alone for a whole weekend. And this came on one afternoon on a local TV station. And here's a thing I don't get. This horde of children come pouring out. I'm not sure what... Where are these kids going? It was just a convenient thing to make Seymour and the others turn around and flee the subway. But I saw it home alone. I was home alone for the whole weekend. And this came on, and at the time, being young and being home alone in the woods, deep in the woods, I didn't see this movie as a comedy. It just creeped the hell out of me. And it wasn't until I was in college I saw it again, and I realized, oh, this is a comedy. This is satire. But it's still creepy. It's just a great movie monster with with a great horrific climax. This long drawn out ending that Corman added to it to pad out the film. Even with only the 3 days of shooting, you know, they might have the 3 days of shooting might have been only on the set, the set that they had for the flower shop and Seymour's mom's apartment. This could have been shot later when Corman realized he needed more material to pad out the film. Because all of this is entirely unnecessary. We're gonna have another 6 hours of this. It'll be more than 6 hours. I'm planning on going till like midnight or so.
You wouldn't find him here with the toilets. Let's go back.
That shot of Seymour rising up out of the toilet seat.
You messed up my whole life. I'll feed you.
This ending is so much more interesting than the musical ending.
I'll feed you like you never been fed before.
Better to give up, gentlemen. You wouldn't find him tonight.
Look, the door's open, Frank. Now,
He was such a good boy. Seymour!
I didn't mean it.
Great ending. Great ending. I love it. Let me fix the fix my little logo here. Get it back up in the corner where it belongs. And there we are. Little Shop of Horrors. Actually not a bad movie at all. It's on my bad movies list, but yeah, not something I consider to be a bad movie. Great fun. And actually a really effective little horror flick. And an effective comedy. Before we move on to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians at 3 o'clock, that's coming up in about 12 minutes, I'm going to do some unboxings here. Pulled some boxes off the shelves from storage.